Before we start off with today's video, I want to talk to you guys about my friends over at So Avant-Garde. So Avant-Garde is a place where you can go and you can explore a wide range of niche perfumery. So much variety. They have discovery sets, they have samples. They have a lot to offer for those looking to elevate their collection, those who are curious about other things, of other qualities, of other brands in perfumery. All right, so save yourself some money. Use my code DEDRICK10. DEDRICK10 gets you 10% off on anything on So Avant-Garde. All right, so I know a lot of people are really in love with the brand of Mind Games as well. So I got something for you too. You want to head over to Mind Games and do some discovery, do some searching, do some looking, save yourself some money by using Dedrick10 as well over at mindgames.com. All right, so head over there, see what you like, see what you're interested in. I recommend sampling. All right, and then you can get you a good feel if you want to make a purchase from So Avant-Garde or mindgames.com. All right, so y'all check it out. Let me know what you guys get into, what you guys like. Let me know down below in the comments, man. And happy exploring for sure. All right, let's get started with today's video. YouTube, what's going on? YouTube, what is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and now I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. Positive energy, positive vibes. That's how we do here on this channel. Positive energy and positive vibes only. All right, so smell good, family. Today we're back with a topic that I really don't touch on a lot, but I will say over the past 3 to 5 months, I have really discovered some really great gourmands that fit my taste. All right, so a while ago I kind of got over the sickly sweet vanilla and overdosing sweet fragrances. Just over time in my journey, my nose has just been turned off to that. And I've learned throughout my journey that a particular gourmand that will interest me kind of has to be a certain type of way. So this is definitely a personal preference, but I know there's a lot of you out there who kind of feel the same way as I do. The more you smell, the more your nose develops, and then it's just one of those things that happen. I mean, at least in my journey, at least. So today we have 5 luxury gourmand fragrances that definitely have a uniqueness to them, a high level of quality to them, and super piqued my interest and a lot of you guys' interest as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get the list started. Again, 5 luxury gourmand fragrances that are just outstanding. Up first, I'm going to get this one out the way. I've been talking a lot about this fragrance, and over the past couple of wearings, I deem it as pound for pound the greatest gourmand ever made. I am very biased to this because I'm a huge fan of honey, not only in my fragrances, but in just everyday life. I put it in my oatmeal, I put it on, in my yogurt and fruit and things like that. Tea, I just love honey, and I always have. And what are we talking about from the house of Zaharoff? We're talking about Signature Oral. Signature Oral, one of the best gourmands that you could ever experience, in my opinion. I love this stuff. Now, this fragrance has a host of things. It's nutty, it's sweet, it's creamy, it's just a lot of delicious layers to this fragrance. Now, it is inspired by the Mediterranean dessert baklava. I have not yet had the chance to taste try baklava, but I think soon, or very soon, I will. But if baklava taste or smell anything like this, I'll be in for a treat. But for me, this is a date night exclusive. My wife loves this on me. And again, that animalic, raw honey experience that is so realistic to my nose. And if you're not new here on this channel, you've been here for a while, you know how I speak about honey. It's an aphrodisiac for me. All right, like on that level. So the greatest potential gourmand ever made Definitely should be in all discussions when you're talking Gourmound. High quality here, unique factor in here, great performer, beast mode. This is a beast mode fragrance. You don't need a lot of sprays. You're talking 8 to 9 to 10 hours and beyond of performance, at least off my skin and off my clothes. From the house of Zaharoff, we're talking signature Aurum. This is the time of year where Aurum just is going to get that play for me, especially when me and my wife are going out. All right. Up next, this is a fragrance that really blew me away in 2024, and as we are now in 2025. This is one of the better cherry fragrance experiences for me, but it's not the cherry in here that really locks me in. Matter of fact, it's the note of amaretto. What are we talking about? From the house of Electimus, we're talking Caspian cherry. Caspian cherry. This has so much going on, but led by that amaretto note. I have a very personal connection with amaretto. I've told the story before when I was out kind of running around and having a good time, hanging out and, you know, being young and having fun. The amaretto sour was my drink of choice for quite some time, and I used to get it with the cherry, cherry garnish or whatever as you call it. Say what you want. I don't care. Debate your auntie. Don't debate me. That was my choice. But anyway. The amaretto note really pushes here. You go through different. The cherry in here is a sweet cherry. It is a sweet cherry. It's not a dark cherry. Almost kind of like a cherry liqueur type of vibe with this fragrance. Very creamy, slightly powdery, very rich, very bold, excellent performer. This is one that, you know, comes off very sexual but playful at the same time, in my opinion. This is a compliment getter, and it just really, you know, represents that amaretto sour vibe that I was on many years ago. I haven't had an amaretto sour in quite some time. I've been saying I'm gonna get me one. My wife says she's gonna make me one, just so I can kind of go down memory lane, because those were some fun times. But this, for the amaretto note, the cherry in here, there's vanilla in here, there's coffee in here, there's a lot of different gourmand textures and vibes. High level quality. I really enjoy this. This is one that a lot of people really enjoy. A unique take on cherry. But for me, the amaretto note is the real star of the show. And this stuff is fantastic, but definitely my kind of gourmand. From the house of Electimus, we're talking Caspian cherry. Caspian cherry, it's a real good one. It's not what it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but thank God it surpassed my thoughts, and I love this stuff. All right. Up next, one of the best gourmand coffee experiences that I've come across. This is a 1A, 1B to my best coffee fragrances. From the house of Mind Games, we are talking Grandmaster. Grandmaster from the house of Mind Games. Real gourmet coffee vibe here. I'm talking about one of them expensive coffee shops where the coffee might be $25 a cup. But what also this smells like, it smells like a gourmet high luxury coffee. The steam and the aroma of the coffee is coming off sitting next to a warm Danish or a warm muffin or a warm slice of cake or something bready and gourmand. The rose in here just provides freshness. Now I've painted this picture about this fragrance before. Imagine you and that special someone out at a local coffee shop, right? It's an intimate setting. You guys have your coffee of choice, but you also got that slice of gourmand cake or a muffin or croissant or whatever, and they're freshly baked, they're homemade, and the aromas are just competing. Well, while in that very spot, there's some fresh decor, fresh flowers, fresh rose, just kind of adding to the ambiance. Yes, but really uplifting the smell and the space where you are. That's what this smells like to me. That's what this smells like, and this stuff is just amazing as it performs on skin. Very mouth-watering satisfaction due to how the coffee comes off in this fragrance. Grandmaster doesn't get talked about a lot. I know Mind Games fragrances are really expensive. Yes, they are very expensive, and I do not recommend blind buying them. But you can get your Cardiac sample from Mind Games. Fragrances.com, use my code DEDRICK10 and see for yourself. If you're into coffee fragrances, Like, this is one to really tap in. Like I said, 1A, 1B for me with my favorite coffee fragrances that I've currently been able to get my nose on. So excellent gourmand take, luxury, quality, and just a unique experience is what you get with Grandmaster. And I'm a fan. From the House of Mind Games, we're talking Grandmaster. I'm telling you, don't sleep on Grandmaster, all my coffee lovers. And don't be afraid of the rose. The rose complements the coffee and that bready, gourmandish type of core. Like it's a compliment to it, man. So don't be afraid of it. All right. Up next, from the House of Regalian in Istanbul, we have Ayla. I'm gonna say Ayla. That's what we're going for. And I'm a huge fan of Regalian, for what I've experienced. But this is a different line, and this is definitely a gourmand. To my nose, this is like a honeyed cinnamon, slightly boozy drizzle. Like take your mind to, you know, like you see like a not a dip, but like I guess a drizzle. Being poured on like some granola, pancakes or waffles, kind of like a syrup. Yeah, that's what we're talking, like a syrup elixir or something like that. That's been, you know, it's very bold with honey and cinnamon and buttery but this has like this slightly whiskey tinge to it. That's what it smells like. It doesn't smell anything like Aurum or nothing like that, but it's very bold on the cinnamon. Very bold, almost like this, like a syrup, like a drizzle. Yeah, like a syrup, like a drizzle, like on some ice cream, waffles, a piece of cake. You can really put it on anything. If you have a sweet tooth of any kind and you want some added sweetness to your dessert or your breakfast or something like that, or your, this has you covered for sure. And this stuff is strong. Yeah, I just want to smell it real quick. This stuff is strong. Like, just getting in the air, just right away. There's honey, there's cinnamon. It's a bit thick, it's rich, very bold, and there's other notes in here like geranium and rose. They really come out towards like the dry down piece of this, but they're not like overwhelming, at least off of my skin. They are detectable, obviously, but they're not like overwhelming. And that honeyed cinnamon syrup drizzle is what I get with this fragrance. So big fan of it, and it's just one of my favorites right now. And I would tap into this again if you're on that honey type of vibe. This is one to look into. Great performer from the House of Regalian in Istanbul. We're talking Ayla. Let's call it Ayla. This is a very small bottle, only comes to 50 ml, but it's extrait de parfum, and you only need one spray. All right. And last but not least, a house that I've talked about so much, and they have so many different options, especially when it comes to gourmands. But admittedly, this is one that had to grow on me. But in the right setting, in the right situation, I've learned to have a lot more appreciation for this fragrance. From the House of Nazar Fragrances, we're talking Oud Cake. Oud Cake. So when I first got this and I smelled it, I said, wow, it literally smells like a fresh baked piece of homemade cake. It comes off very nutty, also sweet, bready, like very, very like bakery made homemade cake. And I was like, okay, it smells good. It's something I would put in my diffuser or something I would like to smell like in a candle, but I don't know if I would wear it. Well, times change when it gets a little cold around here, and this is a cozy boy, cozy girl exclusive right here. And like I said, the nutty texture is almond, it's hazelnuts, and I think it's walnuts in here. There's vanilla, there's cacao and chocolate. There is and the oud in here, it's very complimentary. I barely pick it up. It actually adds to the gourmand factor. It's like a clean oud, almost like a boya oud. That's what it kind of comes on, like a boya oud. That's really assisting in a clean presentation of the fragrance. Nothing funky or medicinal, any of that stuff. So you don't have to worry about that. But overall, it smells like a freshly made, homemade cake that, like a marble chocolate vanilla homemade cake. That's what it smells like. And great for cozy nights in, intimate settings. You don't need a lot of sprays with this. I get the nutty texture of the fragrance just right off the atomizer. Chocolate, vanilla. And like I said, it smells like it's homemade, freshly baked cake out of the oven. That's what it smells like. And I'm not gonna lie, just being totally honest, if this was more like a synthetic, it was a bunch of synthetics used in here, I probably wouldn't enjoy this. But just the realistic nature of the blends and the quality oils that Terrence uses over at Nazar is a reason why I'm talking about it today. So right place, right time for me with this fragrance. I'm a very situational, seasonal fragrance wearer anyway. But wearing this out and about on a night out just really gave me a different perspective and appreciation for the fragrance. So Oud Cake from Nazar is super, super gourmand, exquisite, and delicious. And like I said, it's more of like cozy boy, cozy girl, cozy ladies, cozy fellas type of vibe for sure. And this is one of the the definitions of gourmand on Nazar is Oud Cake. All right, so it's a great one to tap into. Use King Dedrick 15 for 15% off and see for yourself. Don't take my word for it. See for yourself. From the house of Nazar, we're talking Oud Cake. All right, so that's going to wrap up today's video. I want to kind of tap into the gourmand bag. Admittedly, I'm not the biggest gourmand fan, but over the last 3 to 5 months, or even longer probably, I've experienced some really good gourmands that really suit my taste. And these 5 right here are fantastic, spectacular. All right, so see for yourself, get your sample. If you have a full bottle, if you've experienced them, let me know what you think down below in the comments. All right, so I appreciate the love, I appreciate the support. Thank you guys for everything. I do not take it for granted. I'm having such a great time and having a blast doing this, and because of you guys and your support, this is a really great thing. All right, so till next time, spack it up, spack it down, spack that thing all around. And remember, what you put out into this world is exactly what you're going to get back. All right, peace, y'all, and of course, spack it.